Hey, this is Russ. Hey, I got another new product to show you. Take a look at this. Yeah, you've guys seen this before. Yeah, I did a video once on the Lectric XP Trike. Remember that? Yeah, we had Alex from Lectric show us the Trike. And so, yeah, Lectric has sent me the Trike for me to review and see what I think about it. So I think what I'm gonna do is let me run that short intro that Alex did for me, because he does a really good job in showing off the Trike. And then after he's done, it's only about 2.5 to 3 minutes long, I'll come back and show you some more details about the Trike. All right, here's Alex.
Hey guys, I'm Alex from Lectric e-bikes. Today I'm going to be showing Russ kind of our XP Trike, which is what I got right here in front of us. So obviously, first thing off the bat, this is our only 3-wheel model. It's equipped with hydraulic brakes front and rear for good stopping power. Up top, you might notice as well, we do have 2 parking brake tabs. So since this doesn't have a kickstand, that's kind of your way to lock it up and get it to sit proper. Up top, it's very similar to our other bikes as far as control scheme goes. If you're familiar with the Lectric brand, you probably know this little button pad and display here. So the Trike display looks just like our other one. You got your charge bar at the very top, your speedometer kind of in the top, pedal assist levels in the center, and an odometer at the bottom. This Trike here is going to top out at about 14 miles an hour, so it's built for stability as opposed to speed. It features a rear differential on the back end, so you get good turning with both tires. So to kind of demonstrate, we can get, if the parking brakes are off, we can get one tire to move independently from the back. So this gives you a good clean turn. You don't really get too much of the skidding effect when you're going through tight turns. Usually equipped with a basket back here, so you have a platform to carry some cargo, as well as mounting bosses at the front to do a front rack as well. You have a 14 amp hour battery, which is behind the seat here. And this one here is equipped with our support seat, so it gives you a little bit of backrest. You've got adjustable heights here, so you can get the small of your back or kind of the middle of your back. And one thing that's great about this too, as with most of our bikes, it folds down. So I'll kind of show you how that works as well. You have a folding point up on your handlebars to kind of cut the height down here. And then you have the exact same mechanism you'd find on, say, our XP 3.0 with the body latch here. You can kind of swing your front tire to go in between the 2 rears and let it sit just like this. So that's how I got it to Russ here this morning at the hotel. Just picked it up from the HQ and ready to see what he thinks of the thing. Thank you, guys.
All right, so we're back. Let me show you real quickly some of the things that are different than what Alex showed you. I do have the front and rear cargo baskets on here now. So you can actually see that very well. It locks in place, everything is all ready to go. I also have the standard seat here. I did ask them for the one, let me get my shadow out here. I did ask them for the one that has the rear backrest, and it's also wider, but they are backlogged on that right now. All right, let's take the Trike out for a ride here. Yeah, the Trike is designed more for safety and ease of ride, more so than speed. Now, the speed of the Trike is stated at 14 miles per hour at its maximum, but I've never been able to get it past 11.8 miles per hour. I think it could be due to my weight. I am currently 218 pounds, but I do know if you weigh a little bit less than I do, you'll probably get a lot better speed out of it. Speed is always a factor of multiple things. It's a factor of your weight. It's a factor of whether you pedal. Let's pedal a little bit here. So we have a pedal assist of up to 5 levels on here. Let me pedal a little bit harder here. Okay, so now I'm pedaling harder. I got 12.1, 12.2. Yeah, that's about all I can get out of it. I don't have the strongest legs, as you know. Or you can throttle it. Now the throttle is a half twist throttle off on your right hand side. I put an accessory thing here turning that half twist throttle into a thumb throttle. It's a 3D printed accessory I had the library actually print for me. Yeah, they don't charge anything other than the cost of the plastic. So the device is like 50 cents, something like that. And then you got to buy some screws and nuts, of course, to put it together. But I also added a side view mirror, as I usually do on many of my bikes too. So that's an option. This is not the one from Lectric, but I had it from many of the other bikes that I currently have. And I added a bell. Yeah, there is no bell that comes with your trike. I think they should include a bell. They have an option that you can buy one of their bells, but you can get an inexpensive bell too. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. I think the one that I have here only cost me like $1.79, something like that. It's not much. So the one thing that I have on here that is not the standard thing that comes with the trike is I do have the front and rear baskets. I think the front and rear basket is kind of nice to have because if you're having a trike, you might want to go places, go some grocery shopping, whatever. You need somewhere to put it. So I think they have a promo going on right now. If you buy the trike, I think they're giving away the front and back and rear basket. Double check the website, make sure these promos are still available. Man, my voice is getting all messed up. Make sure they're still available when you order your trike. And if you're interested in ordering one of these trikes, use the affiliate link that I have in the description of my video. That helps me out. I appreciate that. So as you might see here, let me angle down a little bit here. I like this display a lot. I've seen this in many bikes before, not just Lectric, but it gives you your battery range, right? So they call it the energy bar. So I've got full battery power here. Tells you your speed at the time. So your odometer is down here. Speed is up there. So I'm doing the 11.8 miles per hour. Let's stop here. We'll move forward. Your PAS level is your pedal assist levels. There's 5 levels. You have this controller on the left side. You can drop it to anywhere from 0 through 5. And then your light is on here, so you can turn on and turn off the light. It turns on your rear tail light and your front headlight as well. So here's the thing with the trikes, and many people know this already, is that if you have a mobility issue where you have maybe even some issues with not being able to balance on a 2-wheel bike, a trike is a good option for you. I do tell people all the time who are considering trikes that there is a learning curve even for the trike. All right, so you cannot just hop on here and just go. I suggest that you start out slowly, go to a parking lot or something, practice going forward, practice some turns. And you'll note that if your ground is not perfectly level, okay, I'll make a right-hand turn here at the stop sign. Put your arm out, let people know you're turning. If it's not perfectly level, you'll feel like your trike is tilting on you. And so you need to get used to that, especially on streets like this. As you have curbs there, the streets will typically tilt towards the curb. It's basically for water and the like. I'm going to turn here again. Let's turn here one more time. We'll go down the same street again. And that is something people have to get used to, okay? Some people ride the trikes on a sidewalk. I'm not really that much in favor of riding on the sidewalk. I actually prefer riding on the street. But again, if you ride on the street, you'll have to stay closer to the curb, right? Because you don't want to be in the middle of the street. Cars will not like the fact that you're only going, well, in my case, 11.8 miles per hour. Yeah, at my weight of 218 pounds, that's about as fast as I'm able to get this trike to go. Although they do say it will go to 14 miles per hour, but it depends on your weight, right? Now, Alex, who introduced this video to you, he's the guy that actually checks out the ranges of the electric bikes and trikes. Alex weighs 135 pounds, all right? So he's able to get the 14 miles per hour, but I'm 218, so the best I'm able to do is 11.8 miles per hour out of this. Now, if I pedal it, it will go faster. Yeah, I've gone over 12 point something miles per hour depending on how hard I pedal. Now, this is a single speed bike. There is no derailleur on here. So if you pedal, let's pedal at this point. To get more out of this, okay, I'm pedaling now. Let me angle down a little bit so you can see that. So to get more speed out of this, I have to pedal harder in order to do it, okay? But for me, I don't have the strongest leg, move you back up here, and knee, so I tend to throttle this more than I do pedal it. And you know, at a speed of a maximum of 14 miles per hour, throttling is a lot easier for me, so this is what I typically will do, okay? Now the brakes are 180 millimeter rotors on the brakes, and it is a hydraulic brake system. So you have good stopping power, and there's that little click thing in the front of the brake handle, and that's to lock the bike up so that the brake stays in the lock position so you can't roll away with the trike. Now that's important because, you know, on a standard bike you have a kickstand that kind of keeps you in place, right? But on a trike there is no kickstand because it doesn't need it. You know, you've got 3 points of contact with the 3 wheels, but you do need to somehow make it so that it cannot roll away, and that's what those 2 things in front of the handbrake is for. It's to lock the brakes up for you. We're going to go back here again. Let's take another right turn. So I'm able to ride the trike. I know the very first time I rode it was a little difficult for me. As you might know, I had a little mishap with the trike. It had nothing to do with the trike's issue. Okay, this is for another trike, not this particular trike. But the width of the rear tires are wider than your typical bike. So you have to remember that. So if you get close to like a curb, you have to remember that the rear tire is going to get closer to the curb before the front tire will be. So you always have to keep that in mind. Otherwise, you could rub up against that curb. In my case, I was on the sidewalk and it fell off the edge of the sidewalk, and where the ground was and where the sidewalk was, it's probably about 6 inches difference. So when I tried to move that tire back onto the sidewalk, it bumped into the edge of the sidewalk and it basically tipped me over. So yeah, always remember that your rear tires are wider than a typical bike tire would be. All right, let's take a right over here. We'll put our hand out and let people know that we're turning. Now here's an interesting thing. As I've been riding this trike along, I'm looking at people's reaction to me as they see me on the trike. Everyone has a little smile on their face. I think it's because a lot of people have never seen an e-trike before, or any kind of trike really, in fact, on the streets, or even on the sidewalks, but basically out in the wild. And so they all have a little smile on their face. They're like, oh, I can't believe this guy's riding that, you know? Another thing too, it could be that some of the people here have seen me multiple times riding my e-bikes, and they know I'm going pretty fast on those things. They're probably wondering, oh, why is he riding this e-trike? So you will get some stares and some looks and some smiles and the like. But you know, who's the trike for? It's really for anyone who has issues with balancing a 2-wheel bike, but they want to get out on the road. Well, an e-trike gets you out on the road. Yeah, it definitely does. Now, a nice thing about the electric e-trike, let's angle down a little bit so you can see that again. The nice thing about the e-trike is that I was looking at the guy who was looking at me. It's an easy thing to ride, but it has its own challenges. That's what I usually tell people when they're considering an e-trike. I suggest that people looking at an e-trike start out on a parking lot, okay? And then, you know, do everything from figure eights and on your turns left, your turns right. Try it so that there's a little tilt even, you know, to kind of simulate the slight tilting on a road, because keep in mind, all 3 tires have to be in contact with the road. So if the road tilts to the right, you're going to feel like you're angling to the right. And turning the trike, I was told by Lectric, try not to lean too much. People tend to lean in the opposite direction, trying to make up for that. Let's take a left over here, to make up for that tilt, okay? And then what happens is when they lean, they tend to lock their arms in place. They just kind of death grip this handlebar, and they just hold on to it, and then the trike just keeps going in one direction, and they can't turn it. You have to kind of lightly hold this handlebar so that you can still make the turns, okay? And it doesn't take a lot to turn it, okay? I'm just barely moving a little bit, and you can see I'm moving from one side to the next. So yeah, you don't want to lock yourself in place with your arms. You know, make sure that you have some ability to be able to turn. Okay, let's take a left out of here. All right, so I've moved us to a different viewpoint again, back to the forward view. Yeah, the Trike is actually an interesting product. Yeah, it's designed for somebody who wants to get out back on the road, maybe have some issues with riding a two-wheel vehicle. So the Trike might be the way to go for you. And if you're interested in a product like this, definitely use the affiliate link that's in the description of the video to get to the Lectric site. And once you're there, go ahead and place your order. That link will help me out if you enjoyed the video, because what it'll do is it'll give me a little bit of commission. That kind of helps the channel, and also lets Lectric know that that it was worth sending me a Trike so that you can see it and make the order. So anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I'll talk to you guys next time.